This is Umar AHMED for IFL TV in association with MTK Global. My God, the last time I caught up with you, Angel, was in Sutton.
Yes.
Yeah, Isaac.
Chairman and BS Watkins.
That's the one.
More than a year ago. 1 year and 2 months.
A lot's happened since then.
My God. Massive, man. A lot of things happen, yeah.
Firstly, let's start off with Isaac. Any news on him? How is he?
He's doing well. He's training hard as always. But I need to catch up with him once I get back to the UK. Sit down with his manager and see what the situation is in terms of like fighting, etc., etc. So yeah.
Okay, obviously we have to talk about last night. Game plan worked, it seems. Just tell me from a training perspective your thoughts.
He just basically just nailed the game plan. We see at the beginning of the camp, the three coaches, me, Joby and Rob, agree on how to beat Ruiz effectively, and we just put a plan, we put the training together, and Joshua just went there and delivered. So fair play more than anything else is to Joshua, because he was the one who actually nailed it, basically. He absolutely nailed it for 12 rounds.
Can I ask how you actually got involved with AJ boxing?
It's a weird one. It's kind of like after the loss with Ruiz, he just like messages me through some people. The conversations went through there, and we start kind of like just doing a few sessions together. We like what we see from each other, and that's how it all went, really.
So who was actually in the training setup? Obviously head trainer Rob McCracken.
Yeah.
We know you're involved. Any other names?
Yeah, Joby Clayton as well is the other guy. So it's like three of us, and Rob McCracken is the head trainer. But is how we see is a teamwork. So it's not a me thing, it's not a Joby thing, and it's not a Rob thing. It's a all together where physios, nutritionists, strength and conditioning, we all get involved. So it's a team effort. And last night, the victory is down to the whole team, not just to one person.
We saw a different Anthony Joshua in there last night, the correct one for that type of fight, clearly. But was it from day one when he started training to just that was the game plan, or did it kind of change in camp, or was that thinking from last night's game plan there from day one?
It was just basically from day one. The sparring partners were incredible, so fair play to them, because they were doing what kind of like putting what Ruiz was doing, what was telling the sparring partners what the punches they need to throw, etc., etc. And it just from day one, everyone knew in the team what we needed to do, and we just followed the path. To be honest.
Now the fight is over. How was the actual camp with Anthony? We always hear fighters saying, "Oh, I've had a great camp," etc. Was it a smooth camp?
Yeah, I mean, for me, it's a great experience, to be in such a magnitude of a fight, and I will always be grateful to him, just to KD, to Benga, to be part of this camp and to be part of history. But yeah, it's been absolutely great. For me, it's experience. Do you know what I mean? I'm new pretty much into this, Don't forget that I have only been coaching pretty much myself under 2 years. And to be where I am today, I'm just grateful, and I just take each day, and yeah, everything went absolutely fine with everybody.
Now you said it was teamwork, which it clearly is, but how much input did you have? Come on, Angel, be honest.
I kind of go. It's not an individual thing, as I said. We knew what Josh needed to do, in terms of like to beat Ruiz, and when the next opponent come in, we will sit down again as a team, and we will put a plan to beat the other person, and then each individual will have their own thing. That's how it actually worked. I know people are saying kind of like because of the movement or the footwork or the defense, etc., etc. But listen, I'm in a part of a team. If you ask me kind of like with Sultan or with Sandy in future, with Isaac, I will tell you I am myself. But here with Joshua, it's a team effort, man.
Okay, but you can tell me what Anthony has said to you since the fight. Come on, he must have given you some credit. He must have said something.
Yeah, but he gave credit to everybody. Yeah, Andy gave credit to Joshua gave credit to Rob. He gave credit to Joby, and he gave credit to myself. So do you know what I do? You know, do you know what Joby does? And do you know what Roma cracking is? You know, then it's just down to people to really think, well, who done more and who done less. It's not really kind of like an answer that I can give you. How I see it is, trust me, it's been a 3-man work. And a lot of people kind of like have been saying that it was not going to be able to work because it's three heads, blah, blah, blah. But listen, mark my words, Suma, and I'm being honest here, you know, is the work it has been done from 3 people. Sometimes one person was doing the warm-up, then it was moving on to the next person, so it was like a three-man job.
I think AJ boxing Under Armour suits you anyway.
Thank you.
Okay, I do want to ask you about Andy Ruiz's comments last night. He said that he didn't train properly, the weight affected him, he partied a bit too much. Thoughts?
To be honest, it's kind of like, listen, when Josh lost, he took the fight as a man, and he gave the credit to Andy Ruiz, and it's quite disappointment, you know, that Ruiz came saying these things, because how we thought he actually came heavy, we actually thought that he was going to actually put it on him quite early, and then kind of like our plan was thinking just like slowing down and just like try to take him over late in the rounds, but whatever Ruiz saying, I think just Joshua did not allow Ruiz to do what he normally does, and that just by don't get static in the spot, you know, constant movement, changing of directions, and we just didn't do what Ruiz wanted to do. So that's how it went.
Was there any talk ever in the corner during the fight of let's go for the stoppage, or you felt like the stoppage was coming for Joshua?
No, we never thought kind of like going for the stoppage. We just like thought keep boxing, be clever. We actually thought that Ruiz was going to commit a lot more than he actually did, and we knew that when he was throwing the double jabs, you know, the mistakes that he was making, and we was probably expecting that to happen at any given moment in the fight. We were practicing for it as well, but we never ever looked for the KO. We just thought kind of like we're just gonna see how he goes, because Joshua has got the power to put someone down, but it just didn't happen. It didn't happen. But to be honest, from a coach point of view, I think Josh is just like put masterclass, and the way he boxes, you know, hats off to him. Especially when a lot of people has been saying that, oh, he's a Robocop and he can't do that, and yesterday he proved a lot of people wrong, you know.
Just lastly, on a personal note, well, this I guess is a double-edged question. Firstly, you must be immensely proud of being involved in this historic night, and secondly, we know you look after many fighters on your own individually, so it's not going to be an issue going forward working with Team Joshua and looking after your current fighters as well? No,
of course not. From day one, you know, I mean, this camp has been kind of like under the carpet, just keep things, you know, kind of like secretive because of like the Ruiz, because of the situation as well. You know, Joshua was coming from a loss, he took the rematch straight away, but they always have been helpful to me, you know, in terms of like, listen, you know, in future I will be able to still train in Sandy, I will be able to still train in Isaac, and I will be able to still train in Sultan Salbek. So I don't think it's gonna kind of like stop me working with other fighters, you know. We're all happy where we are, and they understand that as well. So
brilliant. Well, congratulations, as I said, on being part of a historic night, Angel. Thanks for your time here, because I know you've got a flight soon, so safe trip back to the UK, all right, Angel?
Thank you so much, Uma, and I'll catch up with you soon, man.
Definitely. In Sutton, yeah?
Yes, 100%, my bro. Thank you, bro.
Thank you.
It is special. Absolute dynamite.